Doing how you doing? Welcome TikTok. Welcome to another live stream, another Enemy of the State podcast, another TikTok live for you, my fans. Today we're going to discuss Black empowerment being in style. Black empowerment is in style, baby. That's my dog right there playing with her little squeaky toy. But Black empowerment is in style right now. It is the watchword for the nation right now. Right now, we have several black movements. I mean, it doesn't matter what part of the diaspora you're from, be it you are Black American with Foundation of Black Americans, American Freedmen, ADOS. It doesn't matter if you're over in Haiti. It doesn't matter if you're over um, in the more rural parts of Africa, in the continent. It doesn't matter what part of the world that you are from right now. Black empowerment is in style. With that being said, we got to be mindful that now that it's in style, it's going to be shysters who's going to jump among us now. What you got to look at is people like me who's been sitting here doing the work. And then look at all the new people who's going to be popping up. Now, what you're going to be noticing is that reparations are going to be paid out across the country in the United States over the next 20 to 30 years. You're going to see the federal government make a serious push for it. What's going on? I am the Light of Hope. How you doing? If anybody wants to jump into the guest request, that's fine. We're just having a general conversation. But right now, Black empowerment is a thing, and reparations are going to be paid out across the country. And you're going to see more and more people try to, you're going to see more and more people try to glom onto it. What's going on?
What's up, man? I used to be Blue Lantern, so you and I used to talk a couple months ago until they bananaed me several times.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all good. I'm back. So you're talking about reparations of which areas and which ethnicities and all that.
Well, right now they're focusing more on Black Americans who are descendants of American slaves, but you are looking at reparations across the country with several countries. Like for example, when some of the British royals they arrived to Jamaica in the Caribbean, and you had protests there, people demanding reparations from the British government. You got people in Haiti. Shout out to them. They're demanding reparations from France, and so that's what I'm seeing. We are going as a collective black people and going to these countries who have wronged us and demanding our checks, demanding our chips.
So do you want a full payment, or would you want longevity checks?
Well, the thing is, that's going to depend on what both looks like, right?
Because
You feel me? Like. Mhm.
no, go ahead, go ahead. You say yours.
Well, the reason why I say that is because mostly it's. I'm gonna bring this guy on here, the Black Dennis Menace. I say this mostly because if they give us a huge, monstrous size check, then that's one thing. Hey, brother, you a little bit loud.
Hold on. Let me put my mic on.
Yeah, there we go. So, if it's like a huge substantial check, or if it's something that's reoccurring that could be smaller, then I would take that. Like either one, but I think that money has to be given in order for us to build an actual infrastructure for us to actually fund our own police, our own business, our own neighborhoods, our own hospitals, our own schools. But we need the financial apparatus in order to actually do that.
All right, I agree. I wasn't chastising you. I was just trying to
Oh no, no,
see.
no.
Yeah, I'm with you. I literally, funny thing is that just got kicked off this one. They talking about Kanye West and they telling us once again that African Americans need to get over their past, but Jewish people have been tortured for hundreds of thousands of years. I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Well,
And
yeah.
and so my thing is, with that being said, that I'm trying to figure out what are they going, because tried to tell them about what Caucasian came from and why the U.S. government and European government came around in the 1940s about what Caucasianhood is and why there's a separation of black and Caucasian. So now I'm trying to figure out who is going to benefit as an African American and what do they consider as African American besides being African descent.
Well, I've kind of explained that one a lot, but I can go over it briefly. So basically, with reparations in America, and it's just something that I just because and maybe I shouldn't be the person to have this conversation because I get so emotional because I'm a direct descendant of an American slave. They had to actually the plantation that my people were actually held on. They even after slavery had actually ended, they refused to actually free us. So people had to actually come and liberate us. So that's why I get so emotional. I get so emotional, and so basically, what the threshold for reparations is going to be if you can trace your lineage back to slavery. And I know as soon as I say that, people are going to start doing all this
Well,
weird mental gymnastics,
exactly.
and it really, really gets me weird, and it gets me angry, and it just pisses me
Yeah,
off because people know what they're doing.
I'm with you,
I'm
bro.
not
That's
going to
why I wanted
respect
you to
that,
say
you know?
it. That's why I wanted you to bring it up. And I'm not trying to trigger
No,
you,
not
but
wrong.
Oh
me
no,
and you both. My have you ever heard of Bass Reeves?
yeah, I have.
Hold on, I don't know, something got quiet.
Hey,
Hello?
Court. Hey,
Yo,
Arcade Devil.
wait,
Hello.
yeah,
Hey,
Oh,
what's up? I
bro.
can hear you.
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead.
I just want to commend you, blood, upon all the work you've been doing against the police forces in America. My cousin
Right,
Ronell Foster was brutally unlawed. If you understand what I'm saying, in Vallejo,
right.
California, Ronell Cat Daddy Foster. He was brutally unlawed by Vallejo police over a bike lamp because he was riding his bike without a bike lamp. They chased him
Wow,
up out
really?
of a yeah, they chased him up out of a unmarked police car, a regular car that's undercover, and up in their body cam, they said, "There goes Ronell Foster. He's riding his bike without a bike lamp. Let's
Was that
teach him a
last
lesson."
year? Was that last year?
Nah, this was like 3 years ago.
Okay,
Okay.
Up
that
in,
was on what I seen that video. I know the video.
yeah, they beat
Yeah.
first they tased him, they
Yeah,
beat him, then they shot him.
he
You dig
he
what I'm
even
Wow.
saying?
said he didn't really
That's what
understand.
my auntie is going through. And with these reparations, this will make amends to the white whoopies of America that slavery and all this oppression that we've been going through is about to decease. Racism is about to decease. And we are all free as all races do whatever we want. Because the black American and the black slaves movement is almost coming to a peace with the reparations. The only
Now,
thing
not
I
if he
want to
gets
know,
DeSantis in. Not if you get DeSantis in the office, it won't. I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
DeSantis will not. He will. He will. He silenced already. Black America history. He's already silencing that. He's
But
silencing people.
the thing about it is that it doesn't really matter what he wants or what he doesn't want. The thing about see here's why I say this. It's only because of the way that I do my channel. You look at someone like me or Tariq Nasheed. You look at a Professor Black Truth. You look at so many others in like the Black empowerment spaces. You notice that we will talk to politicians, but we don't necessarily rely on them. Like you never really see me rely off of a politician, but I've changed laws in 8 different states. So I mean,
right,
you don't necessarily need the politicians to obey, because as MLK said, a riot is the language of the unheard.
right.
Oh yeah, I got that on my post. Hold on. You got someone
Yeah,
said there's no
Yeah, let me say
reparations.
something
First of all,
else.
you can't prove that you are descendant of a slave. Once again,
Oh,
I
yes,
didn't
you
even
can,
finish.
buddy. Yes, you
Hold,
can.
hold on. Let me
When
finish
they
mine.
first invented Social Security cards, Social Security numbers, that is our identification and our records right there. When slavery was happening, they didn't have Social Security numbers. When we was free, they was issued Social Security numbers all the way to the number one. Now, if you have family members that's a lineage through you, through death certificates, even through DNA, that's your reparations right there. They can deny you for Social Security numbers.
right,
Your Social Security numbers is traced back all the way
right.
after slavery was ended.
And
Ain't
on
no
top
white
of that, if
arcade.
you, it depends on where you come from. Like if you come from a state like South Carolina, it's almost a guarantee because
Yes,
40% of the, yeah, it's almost a guarantee. Like you come from Georgia, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama,
Georgia.
Louisiana.
Oh,
I
hold
mean,
on.
well, maybe not
Virginia,
Louisiana so much.
Virginia,
Virginia, yeah, Virginia, North Carolina. If you come from states like that, you are almost guaranteed. Now there's going to be a small percentage of people who you can't trace their lineage because they're not of the lineage. Now, for those people, I want you to understand the lineage that you do come from. Let's say that they start paying reparations in like Haiti, but you could actually trace your lineage back to Haiti. Go back to Haiti, get your chips, come back here and live good. Get your chips. Listen, the
Right,
reason why
right.
the reason why we're limited to certain lineages, right, is because if we pay it all here to every black person, regardless of lineage, that lets the other countries off the hook. Then France can say, well, America already paid the Haitians. Why should we pay? No, no, no. We want you all to pay. We want Great Britain. We want
We want
the
the whole
entire
world to pay.
UK. We want every country who has ever done wrong by a black person to pay. Period.
What about
Right.
Portugal and
The
Africa?
entire world have to pay at Cab Devil.
Portugal and Africa.
The whole
Yeah.
world
What,
have
what
to
do
pay.
you?
Everyone that's involved with slavery
Now,
have to
see, hold on,
pay.
wait.
Dutch.
I love the
They have to throw in the
I
box.
love this point. I love this point. So they're gonna bring up Africa and the people who sold people in Africa. Okay, well, how about this? Here's my simple response. They owe
Them
too.
too.
They owe too.
Right.
I agree.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, but let me let me
Hold on.
let me ask you something. I've
No,
had
no, 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 no.
one
I've been waiting.
somebody
No,
suggest
no.
this a while
Don't
back
get my name on
ago.
this. No, hold up, dog. No, no, no. I've been hitting up. Okay, when it
Hey,
comes to Africa
let's let
and
him
the
talk.
state, no, I haven't got this. I never got to finish what I was saying
Go,
earlier.
go ahead.
Okay, for one, I was going to say talk about the slavery when it comes to Bass Reeves. Well, my grandfather worked with Bass Reeves, so they're both slaves. So I already know where my lineage comes from. And two, when you talk about Africa and Africans selling slavery, that was due to the Dutch, the Netherlands, and all of those countries that put that in their hands to do that. So don't come with me about Africans selling Africans because it wasn't like that for the reason for which I'll call for profit. They were not selling Africans for a profit the way y'all think it was. It
Wait
was
a
a
minute,
different
brother. Wait a
source.
minute. Wait a minute, brother. Africa already made amends by admitting their faults of slavery, of them
I agree.
selling their
That's not
own
what I'm.
people to slavery.
You're not
Even
listening to what I
even if
said.
it's behind war, because the tell of the story is that the Africans had to sell us in order to save a whole village. Sell 50 slaves every time a Jesus ship comes in order to save a village. Understand what war means.
That's
That's
but
what
that
the
you,
Africans
you're
went
not.
through with us. It ain't
No,
their
you did
fault
not
all the
listen to
way,
what I
bro.
said. You did not listen to what I said. I said the Netherlands, the Dutch, what they did was I was saying exactly what you're saying. I was just giving you the regions that caused that rift to happen like that. You're sitting there saying something that we're saying the same thing. All I did was give you the regions of who did
Right.
that. That's all I was saying. We're not saying something different. I just gave you regions of
My
why they did
apologies,
that.
King. My apologies, King.
No,
Yeah,
we're,
see,
we're
that's what
cool.
I love. That's what I love. Guys making up, man. I love that, man. See, a simple misunderstanding is simply corrected, man. I love it. I love to see it. I love to see it. I love
Salute,
to see it.
King. Salute, Kings.
Hey, back to you, Pharaoh.
All right, so Texas, man, Texas. I just want you. I want to know something though. I'm very curious.
Mhm.
So, when it comes to Africans selling each other, as you mentioned, right? I'm very curious. So, when Libya became much of the same type of environment because of what Barack Obama did you blame Libya or did you blame did you blame Barack Obama?
I'm not aware of that situation, but
Oh, no,
from Barack Obama's,
okay. How about Egypt? When what we did to Muammar Gaddafi, was that Muammar Gaddafi's fault and the Egyptians' fault, or was that our fault for
clearly
destabilizing
it's
that country?
it's it's definitely our fault because of
Just
the
being
fact
the
that
Oh,
he
taxpayers is her
oh,
fault,
and
so
it's
man.
not.
wait, pause. You do understand the trap you just walked into, right?
Yep.
Go ahead, bring it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this: when the government of the United States sent troops to Afghanistan, well, let's not say Afghanistan, let's say Iraq, and they said they had weapons of mass destruction. They sent troops there. That was on us. We're the taxpayers. We responsible. Every bomb that is dropped on a civilian in another country and it's
Mm.
unjustified, that's our fault. We done paid for them bombs. That's on us
I
as
mean
people.
that's our fault by extension, but you wouldn't. That's like blaming the Vietnam War on Muhammad Ali when you clearly saw his position. It's not reasonable.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to go, but he still had to pay them taxes to find them troops.
I mean,
In a,
but
in a way,
that was
in
involuntary. You don't choose to pay taxes. You either do it or go to jail. Which is he went to
yeah, go
jail because he protested. So he's already shown his moral
More
conviction.
high ground.
I don't know many people who's gonna walk away from millions. I gotta be honest. I know people who won't walk away who wouldn't even walk away from freaking $20, let alone
right,
millions. Okay,
right.
so
Colin
it's
Kaepernick,
not the same,
another one
man.
who walked away from it.
I mean, you gotta look at again. We look at these arguments in terms of like, well, Africans sold Africans, right? And
Oh
these
my
arguments,
God.
when you actually compare it to reality, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because it's like,
Yeah,
okay, you created the environment, you conquered these people, and then you created the environment, and you went in there, took all the resources, because we know that that was the case with the British, because some of their very crowns that some of their royalty wears is from it's actually from the African continent. You conquered
It's
these people,
proven.
deprived
That's
them of all
proven.
their resources, and then you're shocked when they resort to selling each other. You did that.
The
You did
color
that.
purple is royal. It comes from Africa. That's the reason why Prince wore it, and that's the reason purple was
So
never a color that you could find unless you were rich or unless you was from Africa. So that's exactly what he's talking about. There's the crown jewels. Everything that they saw African kings and pharaohs wearing those things. They were jealous of it because there were no resources in England, Europe, none of that. The Britons, I won't say England, the Britons, none of that was available except in Africa. And then you have a
right,
guy who sit there and said, hold on, who sit there and
That
said, the African tribes were so slaves. Okay, when they had their slaves and they conquered, they never tortured slaves like the white, like the palm colored people in America. When they found out that, that's when they stopped the slave trading. So get that straight when it comes to tribes. They brought those people in. They made them a part of their tribal. They had to go through things, but they never cut off their members and things like that. They didn't do that. That wasn't. They just
But
made
so
their
so
tribes
so so
bigger.
let's just lay down the table now. So you take all the resources, you then start hunting down all the animals. There were certain animals who were going extinct because of the encounters with the some of the
Palm.
more interesting folks from Europe. Okay, and then you terrorize these folks by enslaving them, and now you're shocked, you're flabbergasted when the only thing they're left to sell after you done took all the resources is each other. Wait, hold on.
we're kind of
Wait.
diverting a little bit. Hold up one second. I said Portugal and Africa because Portugal is the one that actually started the slave trade, and then it,
Absolutely.
the Great Britain
French.
or England, they're the ones that actually took it over.
True,
So,
true.
but what I'm saying is, where do we stop with retributions? Before you answer that one, let me. There was a suggestion that I actually agree with that if you are a DOS, that you pay no more taxes in America. Would you agree with that one?
No, I won't cash. I made that very clear, extremely clear,
That's
and
going to be
that's one
very
thing
hard
that
to do.
I won't budge on. No, it won't be. It won't be. It won't be. And
Mhm.
please, the one thing that here's the thing, right? So I've been very respectful, right? But the one thing that I don't like is bad faith arguments, and I can sense that very quickly. See, my master's degree is in psychology. And also, used to also do a little bit of legal work. Let's just say that I actually worked law enforcement, so I can tell when someone's lying, when someone's arguing in bad faith, because I have to rely on those skills to keep me alive. Okay, So if I can sense that, that's when the conversation is going to turn south. Now, with that being said, you're saying that where does it stop? Well, let me go ahead and lay the table with this. When I make these arguments for reparations, right, I compare them to things that have already been done within this country's lifetime. Like, for example, with Japanese Americans and Italian Americans
Yep.
and yeah, and
Irish.
with others. Now you're going back all the way up to the Stone Ages, and the one thing that I don't like is when people have to bring in the whole universe to make their argument. Like there's an old anime called.
There's no argument
Hold
here.
on,
I'm just
wait,
asking.
hold on, hold on. There's an old anime called Saint Seiya, right? And just like with Naruto and Dragon Ball, they have their own version of like energy, right? Well, in Saint Seiya, they have this energy called Cosmo. Letting your Cosmo burn. I don't want to hear your Cosmo burn from across time to make a single argument. Focus on this country within the past 400 years. You got 400 years to make an argument from. Why do you go back thousands?
Yes. That's exactly why I got kicked off from the site for just saying that what we talked about. But you just said I got kicked off the site for that.
It's completely logical what I just said.
Yes, it is. And I was just saying the same thing.
So let me get this straight. Before a judge is going to order restitution to be paid to a victim of a crime, they're going to say, well, let's go back and see who else has been victimized for this exact same crime back the past 1,000 years, right? Because you want to have an argument. We're going to ignore everybody else and just say, well, screw all them.
Yep.
It's just fascinating, man. It's fascinating how only one group of people in this country can be ignored, and yet people can make arguments that don't really make any sense. Africans, yes, because you deny all the resources. So just like now,
are you trying to
the
say
same argument that I just made for Libya, right? You just agree with Libya, right? You just agree with that. I'm talking about slavery that happened here. Yeah. Now, if we go over to those countries,
that's why everybody always say that slavery that's happening everywhere else. So, they talk. I just brought up slavery up on my thing. They said, "What about the Irish?" I'm like, "That's in Ireland with the Moors. Ain't got nothing to do with the United States."
It's amazing how so many people will say, I love this country, I love America, USA, USA. As soon as I say, well, then pay for something that America did. Oh, but what about China? What about Japan? What about Ireland? What about the Great Britain? Focus on here, bro. Here.
Right, so you said an interesting thing. You said that if a victim is getting paid reparations through a court system, they're not going to go back any further, right? But
a victim.
Are we gonna pay those victims? Because there's no more victims of that situation.
Because you never paid them. You never paid them. That's the point.
The children of slaves.
You never paid them. Do you understand how that works? Your debt to someone doesn't just go away because the original victim passed away. It doesn't work that way. Because the way that I know this is because my mother passed away back in March of this year, and every debt that she had passed on to me. Okay, so please don't make that argument because I'm personally paying that right now. All right, that's a very bad argument to make when I'm paying money like that. All right.
It's not really a bad argument. It's
a very bad argument.
No, it's just a question.
Because
it's not even an argument.
My wife also is a court reporter who actually transcribes these cases, and she can actually get on here and tell you that's a very bad legal argument.
Our last names that's going to trace our lineage, our last names. We have slaves' names, slave masters' last names, bro.
I mean, in most cases, yeah.
People's over here, bro.
Yeah. And the thing about it is when you look at reparations, right? Again, people make these weird, janky legal arguments that don't really hold up. And the way that I know that they don't hold up, it's like I gotta ask these people. If I say I'm a former law enforcement officer, how many courtrooms do you think I've actually been in? Probably a lot, right? No. And I've probably seen a lot of victims of a lot of crimes be paid restitution, right? And if you know that, then
the willful.
So hold on. Let me give you a prime example. Right, there was a case where there was a chemical spill right here in Washington State. There's a big old factory in Tacoma had a chemical spill, and the original family of the person had actually passed away, but their daughter sued, and the daughter got restitution based on what happened to their mother. So that's my legal precedent, sir. Do you have a counter?
Government.
That's what. Oh God, you're not listening. You're not.
No, I'm saying sue the government.
You're not listening.
It's not about guy. That's already been done.
Everything we have in place.
What am I denying here?
You're not
trying to find an excuse for us not.
You're not okay, but that doesn't fit your original argument. Do you now agree with reparations based on the argument that I just laid out?
Agree.
Not a monetary, like I said, not a monetary.
No. That's not what I just asked you. I said, do you agree with reparations?
I agree with it to a point, but
no. Yes or no? That's no to a point.
You can't do that.
Do you want?
That's bad faith, man. That's bad faith.
Depends.
That's bad faith. I told you I don't like bad faith.
Well, bad faith or not, this is what I'm talking about. I agree. I agree with the no taxes.
No, you agree.
I agree with the no taxes.
Sir, I asked you a question. Do you agree with reparations or not?
I agree with the no taxes.
Sir, that's not what I asked you.
You don't have that.
I'm going to ask you one more time before I told you from the show. Do you agree with reparations or not? I asked you the direct question.
I've stated my opinion.
You got to go. No. You got to go. I can't. We can't do that. We can't do that. See, that is called bad faith. And my wife is in the background. She's like, good. Because she's a legal professional and she's got to go on the record at what time you said, baby? 1 o'clock. She's got to go on the record and transcribe one of the very cases that I'm talking about. So how you gonna argue with me when I've been in courtrooms for most of my adult life and the person that I married transcribes the cases? I mean. But
hold on though. Hey, Cap, there's a guy, there's someone that says no 01. He says the willing and wanting ignorant to be held accountable for their ancestors' actions. Well, have you ever heard of insurance companies? Have you heard of banks? Have you actually asked how these insurance companies got their money? Have you actually asked that? Have the insurance of all the biggest scams in this world? Insurance companies are the biggest liars and the main slave traders that are still doing slave trading, as y'all would say, in Africa, in other places. So you're talking about the money is there. The insurance companies have the document. It's proven. I forgot what's that big one that they even said is one of the biggest insurance companies in the world. They even said they made their money, their founder, off of that. Bank of America, another one. I mean, y'all are killing me with not, y'all worried about money going in people's hands, but you paid off Japan. You paid off, you're still paying Germany for 70 years. Germany was never bombed. They had one crazy man that went crazy, and yet they're still getting money. Explain that. Make that make sense.
You know, but again, what you guys saw right on there is what we call "I'm white and I say so," right? So It doesn't matter what you present, right? To that kind of person, it's never logical enough, and they always talk around things, and they never ever answer direct questions. So SOS fam, I need you to hop into the guest box, please. I'd like to have a conversation with you. And that's not
no one said white people are the devil. ACAB never said that. He never insinuated white people are this. He didn't never say that. And none of us ever.
Who said that?
Oh, it was some clown that said that. He did not say that. No one said that.
So we have somebody new here. How you doing, SOS fam?
How's it going?
It goes great. Snowy day here in Washington State. How about you?
I'm all right. As long as this guy in the comments don't call the prison and tell on me.
Ace is a good dude, and I love Ace. He's one of my good friends. So be kind to him, you know.
Yeah, well,
He's a nice
it's kind of hard to be talking about. He's talking about how he gonna tell on me. He needs to tell the CEOs on me. People that talk about ending prison shouldn't be talking about keeping people in prison.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I think that Ace might have been just messing with you a little bit because you might have been trolling in the comments a little bit because I've been seeing it
No,
a little
I
bit.
just asked the question. The only thing I asked,
I
the
saw
only
Hmm.
thing I said was there was
he,
still slavery's going on right now in Africa. That's the only thing I
that's
Hmm.
all
said.
he said. He said that's all he
And
said.
did you hear the reasoning? Did you hear the guy concede the reason why
Oh no,
earlier?
I was paying attention to the. I just came in here
Oh,
right
okay.
before the.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Let me do a quick rundown and make it make sense to you, right? So, if you look at Libya, right, Barack Obama is almost exclusively responsible for what happened to Libya, right?
Hold on,
Okay, yeah,
ACAB. I
you
got
talking
Right,
something
about
on that.
right.
Gaddafi?
Wait. Yes or no? Is that not true?
You're talking about what
No,
Gaddafi?
it's not true. It's not true.
No,
It's
no, no.
not true.
I'm using this.
Yeah,
Listen to what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm doing here? Because I can already
I
tell
know.
which I can already tell which side he actually leans on,
I
and I'm going to
got you.
set
You're
the
right.
exact
Let me
same
stay out
trap.
of that one. Let me stay out of that one. My
The
bad.
exact same trap. Is that Barack Obama's fault?
You're talking about Gaddafi?
Libya.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, Gaddafi was the president of Libya. Are you talking about the overthrowing of Gaddafi? Is that what you're
I'm
talking about?
talking about Libya in general. The conditions that it's in right now.
Do I say that it's
No, it
Obama's
ain't
fault?
Barack Obama's fault. The presidents before him fault.
Yeah, I'm
Am I
not
right,
saying that.
That's
okay?
a what? Okay, let's try this again. Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt is being destabilized. Did we play any part in that?
Oh, we probably play a part in every destabilized country in the world.
So that means that the results of that destabilization would probably be somewhere, or at least almost entirely, or at least somewhere on us, right?
Yeah, within the three world powers, if any government between us, China, and Russia, any small third world country that is destabilized is going to be our fault. Yes.
Interesting. So you're saying that there was still African slavery going on right now. Do you understand the problem with what you just said originally? Now,
No, I
or
don't
do I
understand the
do I or
problem.
do I have to?
Are you
So I have
saying
to
that it's
explain
our
to you.
fault? Are you saying that it's our fault?
So
I
I have to
agree.
explain to you. Okay.
No, I
So
agree with
so
you.
do you understand how? Okay, I'm gonna let you explain your position. I just want to understand you better.
Okay,
What
my
was the point in
position
you
is
bringing that up?
because of the comment that I had heard somebody say something about slavery going on, and you said 400 years, and I said it's still going on. We still need to expose it now. That's all I said.
Hmm.
That was my
Hmm.
exact words, and we do need to expose it. Just like the prison industry being used as a slave complex, it needs to be exposed.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So you're saying all this stuff and you're mimicking points, but the problem is that I actually read through your comments and you said none of that.
No, I didn't get to say that.
One thing that you did, one of the last
I
things that you
brought up
said is
one
that
point.
I was arguing in bad faith. I wasn't arguing in bad
Oh
faith.
no, yeah, I
The
did
exact
say
same
that.
point. The
No,
exact
no.
same point that I actually made to him, the exact same conclusion that I just reached. I used to cite the exact same argument with the last guy,
Okay, hold on. When I
right?
said bad
So
faith,
you understanding me, right?
I said bad faith is anybody that will not change their opinion
Hmm.
regardless of the facts presented.
So what facts have you presented for
I
reparations?
haven't I haven't I haven't spoke any facts
Then
because
you
I haven't made an opinion.
if you have not present anything, that you have no counter
I
argument,
don't.
sir. Present something.
No, what do
I'll
you
change my mind.
see? You're
What facts?
what I'm
ACAB,
saying
Present
hold on,
facts,
is
hold
sir.
on, hold on.
Sir,
ACAB,
no.
how are
It's
you
not about what you're
attacking me
saying.
about
It's
what
my
I said
show,
in the
sir. Sir,
comment?
it's my show. It's my show. I'm asking you, what facts do you have to counter what I said? I will be quiet. I'll even let you talk.
Respect your brother, dude. Serious,
Are
respect your
you
brother. Ain't no laughing on this show. This is the
ain't
host.
no
Respect him.
laughing?
No, wait. Hold on,
Now,
wait.
okay.
I
I'm
think
gonna
he's
let him talk.
ACAB.
Let's
I
let him
think he's
talk. What is your
misunderstanding what you're
argument?
saying. I think he's misunderstanding what you're saying. I know what you're saying, ACAB. He may not understand what you're getting at. So
Right.
I think let him run his course, let him run
Mm,
his monologue, and then see what he's going at, and then go
right.
at him.
Right.
All right. Are you will never change your view of what you believe. You're never going to change your opinion about reparations, right? Okay,
Until I'm
so
presenting something that's actually factual.
right, but the facts are of subjective just as well as
No, sir,
definitions. Yeah, they are.
There's
stop.
no
That
such
that
thing as
Come
facts are
on,
not
alternative
subjective.
facts. There's
morality.
no
No, they're
Yes, they
not.
are.
No, they're
Yes,
not.
alternative
they
facts
are.
don't exist.
No,
Alternative
no, we're
facts
not
don't
doing this.
exist.
We're not doing this, sir.
I'm trying to help you.
Everything about history,
everything
about history can't. Nothing about history is factual
Oh
because
my
it's all
God!
based on research, on other people, what other people have done.
Wait. Can I just ask you one favor? Can you just please repeat that statement? I just want to hear that again.
Nothing in history is factual because it's all through hearsay. Everything about history is hearsay.
January 6th, is that hearsay? Is January 6th hearsay? Because I saw it on video.
Now we're talking about more than
that's history.
That's history.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
We trying to talk about
Okay, you're talking about recent history.
No.
It's no
but it's
recent.
still
It's only
subjective.
history, sir. It's only history.
Hold on, the recent. Yeah, listen. How it's presented.
You don't pick and choose. You don't pick and choose, sir. You don't get pick and choose. No.
That is
sir.
It happened,
Let
but
me ask you.
how it happened.
Let me ask you a question. Let me
fact.
ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Was there
Of
a
course you
racist
can.
massacre that happened in Levy County, Florida,
Levy
Yes or
County,
no?
Florida.
called the Rosewood Massacre? Did that actually happen? Because I want to hear you explain to me how my great grandmother passed away. I want to hear you explain to me.
It actually happened.
Okay, so facts are not subjective apparently. That's an absolute fact.
The reason why it happened is
no, there's no
God.
reasoning. That's not what I asked you.
Okay, my cousin is Emmett Till. We just found that out this year. He's my fourth cousin, Emmett Till. Did that just happen? Did that happen? And that's no lie.
That happened.
Emmett Till is my fourth cousin.
Happened.
But that's in
That
history.
happened.
That's in the past.
Then you're conceding the point. There are some points in history that are objective.
Martin Luther King is my
We're not talking about facts
cousin.
behind it. We're talking about the hard facts as they are. That's not what I asked you. Now you're moving the goalposts. No. Repeat to me what I originally asked you. To show me that you were actually listening.
You said that you would change your opinion based on facts.
That's not what I just said, sir. I asked you about what I just said.
Oh, what
Show me that you were actually listening. Mm-hmm.
About which one? About
what
Rosewood?
What question did I actually ask you?
Yeah, I was probably listening to the guy when he was talking about.
Okay, so you weren't even listening. You weren't even listening.
I mean, with three people talking, how am I supposed to talk?
Sir, I told you.
How am I supposed to pay attention to all two people?
Sir, I asked you. Okay. Hey, guys, the other two, just don't talk. Let me respond just to him. Just let me have the floor. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna ask you one question before I try to not be so kind. One question, and I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna try because I don't like bad faith arguments. I really don't like them.
Right.
And what I feel,
they're all bad
I could
faith.
be wrong.
I ain't seen nobody in a debate change their mind because of what somebody else said.
Sir,
nobody running a debate channel
talking.
is changing their mind. I'm
hearing you. I'm talking. As I said, I'm gonna ask you one last question. Right? Did MLK exist?
Yes.
Okay. So then your original statement about facts being subjective and history being subjective is false. You flat out said that, sir. The other two heard you say that. The whole audience did. So you're wrong. That's why we're arguing here, because you can't admit when you're wrong.
Okay, I admit
maturity.
that I was
maturity
wrong.
informs you to actually admit when you're wrong, so that the conversation
can
move
I
on.
admit it. I just admitted that I was wrong in saying that facts don't exist when it comes to history.
Okay, so that's why I say, based on that, until I'm presenting an actual version of history that is contrary to what I know, to what I can demonstrate, because I come directly from the people. These are my family members, man.
Right.
So understand there are some things that are just factual that you can't really get around, because I can just call my great-great-grandma and her family.
Okay. Right. And you will have her version. You will have her version of what happened.
I don't have her version. I have an actual burned down slave plantation. That's what I have.
Yeah, but you don't have the facts to surround that.
Wait. I also have my entire family lineage in the South Carolina archives with actual archaeological evidence.
The
actual slave
evidence.
Books.
Okay.
The actual books. 40% of all slaves who came in through the actual slave trade came in through the actual port of Charleston in South Carolina. That's where my people are centralized. That's how I have so much evidence.
Okay.
So there's no There's no counter argument to that. That happened, guy.
Okay.
It happened.
It happened. It happened.
So
Nobody's
what is your
denying
point?
that happened.
You
My
did.
point is,
You
you're
just
asking
did
for
that.
facts. You're asking for facts. Okay.
All I
just
presented
because
so far was
something
facts.
happened. No, just because an event happened doesn't mean you know the facts that surrounding it, why it happened.
Okay,
I
January
come
6th.
from the people who were first-hand
Oh my
witnesses.
God.
There is no better testimony than that. On top of the actual
No, that's the
archaeological
worst
evidence
type
that
of
comes with it.
Eyewitness testimonies are the worst type of testimonies.
What? Oh my
I
God.
said
we have
along with
testimony.
archaeological evidence, guy, the actual plantation existed.
Okay.
What are you?
Hold on.
All right, you got
Hold on.
one more time before I just boot you, man.
Hold on.
Because
Hey,
now
you
you're
can boot me.
being disrespectful.
Okay.
You
No,
being
how am I being
disrespectful now.
disrespectful? The worst type
You're
of
denying my family's history, man.
evidence
I'm good,
is
man. I'm
eyewitness
good
evidence.
on this
Okay.
gaslight,
How
this
do you
white
get,
I'm
how do
say
you
so
get
nonsense.
evidence?
No, he's got to go.
How
Because
do
now
you
it's
get
getting
evidence?
disrespectful.
How do you get evidence?
Give him the book.
It's the whole I'm white and I say so nonsense. That's all that was.
I'm telling you, man.
You were
Anyone
patient as
deny
goddamn
the
hell.
actual,
I don't know how the hell you were so goddamn motherfucking patient.
I tried, man. Listen, I try to have conversations, right?
Yo,
You
that
did.
was.
Hey, Cap,
Hey,
you did.
hey, Cat.
I came into the
White Hoopies
lab
don't
and I
want
gave
to
all
have
that
conversations.
documentation.
They want to deny us. They pissed off. We won.
Yeah.
The
Yo,
battle is over. We won. We're trying to
We
end
won.
racism. This is the
yo,
first step to ending racism.
Cat, my brother. This is my first time in your
Yeah.
life. I came in,
What's going on?
and the first thing I hear come out this dude's mouth is history is all hearsay. I'm like, are you out
Subjective.
your motherfucking
Subjective.
mind? What happened yesterday
History is make
was
believe.
history. What happened 2 minutes
Our
ago
story is true
was
story.
history. How the fuck are you claiming history where there
Wait,
are
guy, tone down the language. I like it. I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get you booted.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right.
what the
Yeah. I was getting mad. I was like, wait. So you said, well, that's only a version. I'm like, they burned down the slave plate. What are you talking about?
Hold
I
on.
would have
Eyewitness.
immediately asked him. I would have immediately asked him right off the bat, why do you claim it's hearsay when? And I would have stopped. I would have said, don't talk after the word when, because if you talk after the word when, I'm booting you. And then I would have gone, when we have physical evidence of black towns being flooded throughout America, when we have physical evidence of the Tulsa Massacre, when we have physical evidence of the Wilmington, North Carolina Massacre, when we have countless pictures, news reports, and evidence based on collected information
Oh my God.
throughout history of these events happening. How can you claim that shit is motherfucking hearsay? You are out your goddamn
Big dog, tone the language.
So
We're
he's
not trying
saying
to.
that slavery is hearsay. It didn't happen. That's what he's trying to say. Slavery
Oh, no.
and all
I
the
know what he's trying to
massacres and
say,
all
but
the
that's my
oppression
point.
didn't
What the
happen.
fuck is he talking about?
He ain't
Come on,
talking
big
about
dog.
nothing.
The language.
Right.
Language.
Yeah. You gotta be
Not
careful, man.
wrong,
You gotta be
man.
careful.
My bad.
Your education is great. It's just we ain't trying to get kicked off. This 3 black men, we already considered a gang on here.
Yeah, I know. They say you terrorists now,
Technically,
Yeah, man. Like
right
from
right now.
from my end, man. The whole foundational Black American thing, man. People are really looking at us hard. But here's the thing, though. We're not like an organization. We're just like a lineage. That's it. We just happen to identify with
All he is
each other.
activists.
Most of us don't even like each other. So
We're activists.
activists. That's all.
I've never understood self-loathing. It is a thing for me.
I never.
I've never understood self-loathing. I've never understood self-hatred. I don't get it. There is no difference between the person in the house being put to work and the person outside the house being put to work. Just because you're in the house don't mean you're not being put to work in a negative way. You are still being
Facts.
So don't look at it's like I remember when that video of the brother in Utah went into that store after all those, not non-melanated
palm colored.
non-melanated children went into that store, deciding to put, wax on their faces.
I never heard that one.
It was the Halloween thing where they basically painted themselves black. We
Wow.
blackface. And then a brother goes into a week or two later, a brother goes into that same Walmart and go, you see, it's not an everyday, man. It doesn't matter if it happened one day, if it happens every day. It's not supposed to happen at all. Don't be
Correct.
Don't be that person. And it bothers me because that man is going to go into a classroom like some of those brothers and sisters who work for Prager University, a non-existing university of people giving out false information. Trying to tell us, brothers and sisters, that haven't drank the red Kool-Aid, that we're wrong. And going around false information to us, trying to convince us that what we've been learning, not what we've been learning, but what we've learned from our ancestors is all a lie. No, please don't do that.
Centuries.
Alternative facts.
Please don't do that. I was hoping that you keep them on long enough.
I tried, man. That was rough.
But I'm going to
try to help them.
More intelligent people. But that was, oh my goodness.
That was wild. That was wild. That was very wild.
Oh my God. Hold on. Check this out. Hey, y'all, check this out.
Yeah.
Not sorry for being white. Candace Owens is the brightest minds on this planet.
What?
She's a sellout, blood.
No,
she with that supremacy stuff, man. Her every move is a dialogical strategy and a plan to divert us from our natural powers of being black kings. She just want to divert us, blood. She acts like she with us so she can get that power to say so up in our community. And then where we gonna go? Don't trust people like that, man.
Hey, Kanye West, as soon as he started talking to her, that's when Kanye West lost his money.
I think it was the freaking Kardashians, man. Because like you look at so many other brothers with Kardashians. Like, listen, I have no problem with you interracial dating. It's just who you're dating, bro. Like you can't try to go to every single white woman and thinking that she's gonna be down with you, bro. You gotta actually look at the actual track record. If someone looked at the track record of the Kardashians, man, they would have noticed, hey, Kardashians and brothers just don't mix, man. They just don't mix. Like they just don't, bro. Cause I ain't heard from they on Ray J since, I can't find that brother with a freaking GPS.
No, you ain't lying. Since that
RJ, he chilling with them royalties from that porn thing with Kardashian.
Scott Drewski, I want you to hop on. The person with the cat little icon here. I want you to hop on. You've been talking a lot in the chat, man. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to see what you on.
Unless you want me to stay.
No,
you can stay.
People.
You can stay, brother. I don't care. Let me just let me see if I can change the actual layout of it. How do I change the layout? Because I want to make it bigger.
I don't know, man. I can't
even
even see y'all. To be honest with you, I can't see y'all.
Yeah. Ah, man, that's messed up.
Yeah, I got my camera off right now. I'm walking through my house.
I can't see y'all. I only see a light box and blackness. I don't see anybody.
Oh.
Let me see if you can see me now.
There we go.
No,
boom.
I'm not talking about vision wise. I'm just talking about I can't see. There is whatever's on. This happened on another site. They will not let me see everybody.
That's
it's the government, blood. We being attacked.
Ray J's all over the place. I'm talking about like he's not prominent like that, man. You used to see Ray J all the time, but man, as soon as Ray J, where you see Ray J at?
Yeah. Shit,
Reggie
Campbell
Bush
messing him up over the royalties over that porn movie.
Shit, whoa, don't say that. Don't say that now.
He just sold the soul. Ray J sold the soul, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you call selling your soul.
Use the words.
People.
Leftist, hold on. So mansplaining. So let me read this comment. Mansplaining. It says, "Leftist elites just sucker y'all into hating whoever says or does things that make them look bad."
What
Well,
does that
the
even
thing
mean?
about it is that we've been criticizing a lot of the people on the left, like the LA City Council. So what's your excuse now?
I don't even know what that
See,
left and right even means. That's just the dumbest thing anyway.
yeah.
Well, the left wants us out. They want all African Americans and all races out of America. Listen. The
I'm
lefties
listening
is
to
the
you.
supremacists. The righties is the LGs. It's the Ruchis, Asikis, the Rufalis.
I don't know about all
The
that.
Mm.
I think
I'm
both
not gonna
sides are
agree on you
ruled
on
by
that one,
white
brother.
supremacy.
well,
I don't think there's no left or right. I think there's just team white supremacy and everybody else. That's what I think.
yeah, they got the
Yeah.
good cop, bad cop thing going with us, blood, but
No, they
actually they
don't.
trying to bring us down. That's what left and right is. And by us being independent, that means we ain't voting for none of them. We're remaining
Okay.
independent upon our independent views. Their views is
Okay, I like
different. You
that.
got one that want to be conquerors. You got one that want to turn our black young children's into feminine, our men, young black
Yes.
men into feminine men in order to weaken them. And you have to look at that. Whenever you have someone say, "Oh, it's okay for us to teach your children's, our sexual preferences in
Oh
school."
wait,
And what
hey,
is
give me a second.
Irish?
Give me a second. Hey,
Jump out top
Jacquest
real quick.
23. Hey,
Thanks, y'all,
Jacquest
brother.
2313. You can actually pop up here. You have over 2,000 followers, and if
What
you have over a
nonsense?
thousand followers, you can hop into the guest live. So I
Why
don't want you to see.
no one
I
takes
don't
you
want you to say
backstage?
anything else. I don't want you to say anything else without hopping on, Jacquest, if you don't
Thank
mind.
you. That's what pisses me off. Is they will talk all the smack and do. They won't have enough, or they won't even try to get on. That's what
Right.
annoys me.
Right. Right. And as soon as you say that, right, what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, I'm in work."
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott, I told you to hop into the guest, so you got to go. I don't allow keyboard warrior stuff.
No,
I
no.
don't appreciate that. Cause see, here's the thing, right? They love to do that because they don't want to come on and actually defend their points. Tim Harriet says we are not black or African American
Scott
or color.
Lewinsky, outer.
We are able. Okay, I'm trying. Freeze press. I'm trying. No, you need over 1,000 followers in order to do that. Let's see what happened to the with the inmate. Oh, I had him go. I had him go. He was, oh my goodness, it was hilarious. This dude said that history is subjective, and that there are no such thing as objective facts when it comes to history. It was. I told him to actually repeat it because I actually wanted it to be recorded. It was, whew, that is amazing.
I'm gonna
But
invite
That
some
January,
is amazing.
intelligent minds for this show, man. This is a
but
good
January 6th
conversation
was in
we have.
history.
It is.
Hey,
A
hey
lot
Cap,
of
January
times,
6th was
man.
in history though.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, you. Yeah, you asked that question. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, yeah. We'll see. It's recent history. I was like, sir, it's still history. Like, it was amazing. I said, sir, what you just thought 5 minutes ago, that's history.
Exactly.
That is
He's one.
amazing.
He went history archive. January 6th is in history archives. Hey, Cap, you and I served in the military. I did
Right.
20. I forgot how long you did it. So you and I
10.
have talked. I'm telling you, I know this well. But my thing is, have you heard of the? I live in Kansas City, Kansas. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't care. But you heard of the Detective Belusky,
Roger Galupsi.
who yes. So I live
Yeah.
in the town that he tortured. He tormented. You know, this man.
Oh.
I, it's KCK. It's not KCMO. Everybody keeps saying Kansas City. No, it's Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, the
Right.
small town. So this guy has not just done the torment. He has off several people. It is this man goes back for like 30 years. You already got one black man who already said he got his reparations. He did his $1 or $2 million. But now they got prisoners. They just allowed his paperwork that everything he's done, all his cases are going to be reviewed now,
Mm.
and that's actually thanks to Jay Z. That's actually thanks to
Yeah,
Jay Z. He
Jay-Z.
helped get this going.
Jay-Z's a man. I want to make sure I put that out when I put that video out there. I want to make sure I give him some actual credit because Jay-Z takes a lot of heat, man. But that dude does a lot of work though.
He does.
He goes out. He
A
does,
lot of
man.
people do not
He
know.
does the work. He
He
does. A lot of
does.
people, yeah.
Go look at Rikers. Look at Rikers Island. Every Father's Day, he pays for every black man or anybody that's been locked up on Father's Day for some BS charges. He pays to get them out for Father's Day every year. Every year.
Wow.
So when
What a
people
guy.
sit there and talk
Yeah,
about
I
Jay
didn't
Z and
know
Beyonce,
this.
just because they move silently, that's the worst. That's the best kind. Move silently, because every time we move loud, they start shooting us down. Look what they did to LeBron when he talked about his school. They started shooting us down. They started shooting him down.
Wow.
LeBron is racist. He put it in his own town. Everybody can go to that school. If you lived outside his town, no, you can't go to his school. He made that. He said, if you live in my town, you live in that school district, you will go to that school or get benefits from that school. And everybody of color, of non-color, live in that town gets those reparations that LeBron put down. Now, I don't like him as a basketball player, but as a person, yes.
Yeah, I've been hard on LeBron as an activist, but I will step back and give the brother some credit because recently he's been trying to make some amends. He's been trying. So long as he's doing
He's
that,
trying.
I'll lay off him. Yeah, I'll lay off him. You know, I was kind of disappointed in him when he didn't make the right call and to support people when you see what the media is trying to actually do to him. But however, right? Um, I
Think about
just
it. He's under
I'm
contract.
glad that he's doing it. I understand that he's under contract,
He's under contract.
but so is
Kyrie.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick is
I agree with you.
on the multi-million dollar, 30 million, what was it, 100 million, $200 million contract. He gave that up by taking the knee and standing up on what he believed in. And the thing is, if you a star, sometimes you have to think before your career. You did. He thinking about his peoples. He feels something. His opinion is true. He's going to stand on it. But the thing is, when he make that one move to lead, people who start leading, then they start taking the notice. You did. We start following him and took the knee with him, and that cost him his
But
job. But the thing is, he still got the blessings from the ancestors. Know why? Because a number of the companies still sponsored him. He's still getting sponsored today. Kaepernick ain't never got to work for his wife. He's still getting sponsor money from taking that knee. Every time you
true, but
mention the knee on the news and anywhere else, he's getting paid royalties. And you know what he doing
I'm happy for him.
as a smart king? He's taking the money, portions of his money, and he's putting it back into his peoples for our cause and
I
he
for
love
our
that
is.
about
fight.
him.
You know,
You
just
know,
like
think about it though. I will say
And there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm laying off LeBron. I'm not gonna criticize him mainly because I made a commitment to not go after harshly brothers that I
right,
see
right.
that are absolutely, not evil brothers. I'm not now people like Stephen A. Smith, I will never defend. No, thank you. Or
Oh,
Candace
hell
Owens,
no,
I will
hell
never
no.
defend. No.
Charles Barkley.
But
No,
yeah, Charles
Charles
Barkley. Oh my
Barkley's
God.
a,
Whew.
Barkley's different. Barkley's kind of a he's an enigma.
Barkley is a retired basketball player, and his money is wrapped up in his livelihood of living a life of wealth. Now,
Exactly.
if his money stop
Yeah.
coming, guess what? It's just like my money stopped coming when I quit my job at Tesla. Who, when I was working there, they pronounced racist slurs over their products, making their cars in the streets where
I
I was at.
heard.
I heard that
I'm
too.
telling you,
I
man, my
heard that.
name was
That's
called. Hey,
crazy.
I
Dennis,
heard
what's up,
that.
my
That's
nigga?
true.
Dennis, what's up, my ninja? Hundreds of times a day, people refer me as ninja as a playful way. I even was called that by two white oopies. Hey, Dennis, my ninja, you's a ninja. You the ER at the end.
Right.
Injured, injured, plan. And I'm up there taking it like, man, I wish I had my phone on so I could record this stuff. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
No, my
Tesla
boy works
seats
at
is
GM in
yeah.
Texas. He
But the
told me
thing
about the
is,
Tesla plant.
when LeBron got rich, if he quit his job, he's going to have bills, mortgage, rent, and all types of things that he got accumulated with his lifestyle to pay. And that will break
Right.
him. That make him go broke. That put him up in the streets with us.
No. LeBron, you don't understand what LeBron owns. LeBron owns a lot of things. LeBron is LeBron's family, as they say, he has generational wealth. He is deep. He is really smart about moving his money. LeBron will never be broke. But for him, let him have this platform. He can't speak on everything because he's under contract. He's representing an organization. Let,
That's what I
let
mean. They
him
got
have
him up
that.
on them chains.
I can't give him
That's
a pass
that's
on
what
that
I'm
one, man.
trying to
I
tell
can't.
you.
You want to know why I can't, man?
I
Because
I
that
can't.
I would have to look at myself, right? I have to look at myself who don't have any of his money. I took retaliation as a black whistleblower. I'm not giving LeBron James, who got all that. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. I can't.
But
If I had to take all
but
that
we were
heat,
in the military.
he can take some of them though. That don't matter. He's a billionaire.
You and I were in the military. Could we have sit down when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee? Could we have taken a
Hmm?
knee?
It would depend on what order you
When
were
Colin
diffusing. Like
Kaepernick was taking a knee
there
in
was
the
a
military.
2000. I can give you a situation. It was before Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. And back in 2011, I was deployed to Kandahar, Afghanistan. And my roommate Jason, he was gay, and
Right.
when the unit kept discriminating against him, I cursed out my first sergeant. So if you ask me that question, yeah, there are some things like when it comes to orders about keeping me alive or orders about doing my general tasks and duties, my general tasks like the actual soldier's creed from top to bottom. I get that, but when I see injustice, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You
And
and I
and yeah,
both.
I've
You and
gotten
I. We
two field
okay.
grade Article 15s because I refuse orders. I'm not discriminating against my roommate. Could be just I'm not discriminating against my roommate because he's gay. And I refused another order because I refused to leave a village that didn't have running water. I refused.
No, I'm not knocking those. You're talking about those things are what you capsize. What I'm saying is, in general, we're walking on the base, and all of a sudden, colors play. We can't take a knee. Is all I'm saying. We couldn't take a knee and not
Right.
salute the flag. You know
No,
that.
yeah, we couldn't
That's
do that.
that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong because I came in '96, so I know what you're talking about because I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I fought that. I'm with you. All I'm just saying we couldn't take a knee. That's my only point. We couldn't
But
take a knee.
do you
Now, as much as I
understand
love
what you're
Kaepernick,
saying is actually problematic? What you're suggesting that I do is
I
that you're
agree.
totally okay. Wait. Do you understand that it's totally okay if I go defend a gay person, but the second that I'm too pro black, that's when you say don't
no,
take a knee.
No, I didn't
no,
say that. I
no.
just said we couldn't take a knee. I'm not saying
I
because
think
We can
we're
just
on base. The rules.
take the punishment.
take that Article 15 with it.
Yeah,
Take that
I did.
15.
Yeah, but but then yeah, but being a black man taking that Article 15, that's cancerous. That's a cancer.
It is.
It's
That's
cancerous.
death. They don't give
It
us
is.
It's
It
life
cancerous.
is.
It's
after that.
cancerous, but it's also cancerous to lose your world title when you are at your prime,
You're right.
like Muhammad
Mm.
Ali.
I
Yeah.
agree,
Yeah.
my brother. But you know we can
You use your world
these
title because you
arguments
didn't
of
want to
what you're
join the
saying is
fight that you ain't had.
Somebody has to make the sacrifice, man. Somebody has to do it. And just because you don't want it to be you or
okay.
LeBron James, that's fine. But I've made the sacrifice numerous times, man. And sometimes if you want your community to actually progress, you want anything to actually happen in the world, you have to be willing to sacrifice.
And
And
my brother.
LeBron James, I mean, again, I'm gonna say
Okay.
I'm gonna back off
Y'all taking
LeBron
a
James.
knee. We're talking about
Okay.
in uniform, y'all.
Right.
What if
I'm
we
just
the
saying taking a
sacrifice we
knee in
make
uniform. That's what I'm saying.
isn't strong enough, right? What if we make the sacrifice and our sacrifice isn't the one that causes the chain of events to happen that makes the change, right? And we know this is going to happen, so we made our sacrifice, and our families are now our families are in an inopportune spot because we did this and we don't have a big enough platform for anybody to notice
Mm,
it, and then we did it for nothing.
mm.
We have our morals, we have our standards, but now our family's hungry. And now we've put everything that we have, the people that we love, in jeopardy because we wanted to take a stand, and no one saw it.
Right. And do you know what that mindset leads to? To what we're
I
in
know.
currently.
You're right. You're right. Right.
Yeah,
And
but
sometimes we
with
have to
that,
try to be unselfish, right? And I know it. I know it, man. And you know me. I took the stand. I took the stand and almost lost my life in downtown, downtown
Right.
Columbus.
I
So,
know, brother. That's why I
but
say I know.
but
I know you.
But at
Yeah.
that time, though, man, I felt this way, the same way you felt, right? When you walked across that grinder for the first time, you felt that rising of pride, man, and even though some bad things are happening, man, I'm still a fucking soldier. I'm still a fucking Marine, and I have to believe that this thing will wash itself and get itself right. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
that's the bill of goods that we were fucking sold. That's the bill of goods.
Right. Hey,
hey,
hey, let's go. This one guy. I'm chime in. Anthony. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna wait my time. I didn't want to have to play
Go ahead,
devil's
brother.
advocate. Um, how y'all fellas doing first and foremost? What up, Keith?
Good.
doing
Yo,
well,
big
thank you,
dog.
brother.
I got on here when y'all started
What up,
talking
King?
about
What up, King?
LeBron. My thing is we have 300. What we got? 30, 38, 40, close to 40 million black people in this country, and we all have issues. Living in this country. LeBron's one guy, and I understand what you were saying about you got to take a stand. Well, being one man, you have to understand as for yourself also. We've missed some, we've gotten some wrong, and we missed some. So with that man being just one man, we can't ask him to take on every fight. Like with Muhammad
Oh,
Ali,
I
you know what I'm
wasn't.
saying?
Facts.
I wasn't. I
Like
never said take on one
no,
fight, but
I'm just saying.
when someone comes at you about your brother, the guy that helped you, because let's keep it a buck. In that fourth quarter, it was Kyrie Irving who showed out and got LeBron James that title
Don't do that,
in
man. Don't
Cleveland.
do that. We're not
In
gonna
the
do
fourth
that.
No,
quarter,
We're not
okay,
gonna. No, we're not gonna
we
do
can
that,
actually pull up
man.
numbers now. We can actually
But
pull up numbers now. He
now
showed
we're
out in the
not
fourth
gonna
quarter
talk
one time.
about the first two series where he wasn't there. But we're not
But he
gonna do
was
that.
there
That's
when
not.
he
We're
was
gonna,
there when LeBron needed
and
him.
that's
He was
cool.
there when LeBron
That's
Here we
needed him.
cool.
go again. Who's the MVP and
But
who's
But
not,
but
man?
but here's the
but
thing.
Real
Here's the
talk
thing,
is
though.
but
bullshit.
The thing is that I'm trying to get over to you is that I already said that I will back off LeBron and I will give him credit because he
yeah,
came
I
out
heard
and
that.
he's
But
doing
I was
things
already up
lately.
here.
But the thing is that I'm not going to ignore the times in which he does mess up. Because guess what? Here's why I say that. The second that I get a single
It's not
detail in
fair.
a single video wrong, the
It's not
second that I
fair.
get a single detail in any article wrong, the second that I get any detail on a live stream wrong, you see what happens, right? I can't live that down. So why can't LeBron James take a little bit of criticism? A little bit.
because because we only have a handful of billionaires, and at this stage of where we
Hmm?
are, at this stage of where we are, we look to people with money as the powerful. We shouldn't be
Right.
looking to any of them people. We shouldn't be looking to LeBron to speak for us. We shouldn't be looking for Jay-Z to speak for us. We shouldn't be looking for any of those
And these
people to
people make
speak for
money
us.
off of that.
Preach, brother.
That's
Preach.
not what
I
I was
understand.
saying though, brother.
I understand. No, 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 no. What I'm saying is, at the same time, we're talking about one billionaire.
Hmm.
He's human. He's gonna
Hmm.
make mistakes. He's gonna fumble, and he's
Hmm.
gonna come up short. But to say now, with the Kyrie thing, I was on the fence too at first because he came out right along the same time that Kanye West came out, and there was
Yeah,
nowhere in the hell that I was following Kanye West.
yeah.
But as I looked into it, I rocks with Kyrie. I think what he's standing for is commendable. I stand with him. But what I wasn't gonna do, and at the same time, LeBron, it happened. The shit happened simultaneously. I'm gonna say something that's going to be politically correct until I can speak to my brother. And you see what happened as soon as, you know what I'm saying? The thing
Right.
he did. He came out and said something. But you also got to understand these people are in positions where he has to still make money. He still has to
Right.
carry us. He still has
Right.
to make jobs and opportunities for us. So until I talked to Kyrie, that shit sounded fluky. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened right
Yeah.
behind it happened right behind Kanye West. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
It
understand,
happened
looks
right
but
like
behind
that.
Kanye.
again, you're talking about completely separate issues. That wasn't my problem. My problem is that he attacked Kyrie. He could have worded, and again,
He
my degree is
didn't.
in my oh, wait. My degree is in psychology. I do a lot with linguistics. I speak 4 different languages. He could have worded that in many different ways, and yes, he will take responsibility for that because he's
Facts.
also a grown man.
Facts.
Do you think
And I
he?
won't take
He's a
that away.
grown
And I
man.
won't take that. I won't take that away from you because we all have personal beliefs and ideas. And if that's how you feel about what he did, I respect that. But
I
and
just
like
don't
I
want
said,
him to
I got up
attack
here.
people.
I got up here
Right.
before you came back and said I'm gonna lay off LeBron because I'm not coming up
Right.
here to defend LeBron
Oh yeah,
at
yeah.
all. At all.
I get
What?
I actually respect what you're doing because at least somebody will try to at least go to bat for like a black man. I actually appreciate that. You know, I mean, because he's not like a bad evil guy. I'm only criticizing him because of that one particular instance. Now, otherwise from that, LeBron James has not been in trouble. He's got a family. The man's got an actual
Yeah.
legitimate business. He's actually a shining example. If every young black man became LeBron James,
Shit,
I'm not crying.
shit.
I'm not
Hey,
crying.
and he
We
literally
had to
started
eat
from
them
the
No
bottom.
flaws, bro. We
scandals.
He
eat the
started from
flaws.
the bottom.
Look, check this out. A lot of them. Can I say something? Can I say
Go ahead.
something, y'all?
Go
A
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
lot of them athletes, ever since this Yee stuff and this Kyrie stuff
Yeah.
started, the ones that ain't never said nothing, that's still playing ball up on the courts, ain't taking no knees, ain't saying nothing, being completely silent. These dudes just like LeBron is under contract. LeBron just happened to have more than him. He can speak out, but he was up under shackles. He's up under shackles. Just like I said, he got bills. Even if he quit his day job, he's still gonna have bills because they're gonna try to tear everything that he got down. Just like they
Yeah,
try to do with Kanye West.
that's true.
Thing
Can
is
I ask y'all
with
a
Kanye,
question?
no, look,
Kanye is
listen.
a
Thing
turd,
is
man.
with Kanye West, we by his side, but at the times he going over to ex-president dump house trying to have him as his vice running
That's
mate
not
as a
true.
vice
That's
president.
not true. That's not true.
Dude is a turd,
We
man.
walked away. We walked away from Ye about 10 years ago.
Yes, we
Stop with
did.
that bullshit, bro. We do not. Black people do not fuck with Kanye West. Now y'all
At
can jump on
all.
the mantle. Y'all can jump on the mantle and try to save that black man if you want to. I'm not wasting an ounce of sweat, an
Nope.
ounce of effort. I'm not
Nope.
wasting
No, no,
anything
no,
to
no,
come
no.
to that man's fucking side.
King,
And I
king.
don't care nothing about
Yeah.
all that shit motherfuckers talk
Salute to
about.
king. Salute to king.
We gonna let him
Hold on,
get
dude.
whipped.
Watch the language.
Salute to
No,
king.
Language.
Salute to
I'm
king.
sorry.
Language.
I'm
Salute to
sorry.
king.
I'm sorry.
Language.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
sorry,
sorry.
king. And let me
I'm not
say this.
worried
Let
about.
me
I'm
say
not
this.
worried about people talking about him being drug out in front of everybody and being whipped. I don't care nothing
Yeah.
about none of that. I don't care
Man,
Hey,
nothing
to
about
me,
Cat,
none of
look,
that.
he a
ever
sucker,
since this
man. You
Yee
remember what
thing
we called
started
dudes the
this
suckers
year,
back
right?
then? Hey,
Let me
Cat,
say something.
we,
Let
uh-huh.
me say something. Ever since this Yee thing started, way back then, when he wore that that white Oopie Lies Matter
Yup.
shirt and the swap sticker and ran for president, said what he said about our sister queen, our ancestor, and the railroad. Man, I've been looking at him like, hold on,
And
man, this
Lizzo.
dude he
And
vouching for the
Lizzo.
enemy. But when he tried to come to us for help, I told my peoples up on my posts, up on the posts I put out, I said, let's give him support. When we give
I'm
him
not giving
support,
him.
we're
I'm
gonna
not
see
giving
what
him
he do
nothing.
with
Give
the
him
billions.
shit.
And you know
I'm
what?
not
If
giving
he
him
do the
nothing.
wrong, if he make the wrong move, we could tear everything we gave to him down.
Hey,
Dig
bro.
it?
You
Hey,
know what?
bro.
If
Let me
we
say
build the
something. Let me say
platform
something
for
right
him,
quick,
Go ahead.
Keith. Let me say something right quick, Keith.
Anthony,
This
go ahead,
man
brother.
Tap
sold
the
your
likes.
kid.
Tap the likes.
This man sold your kids $300-400 slave clothes.
You know he did.
This man sold your kids $300-400 slave clothes.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
In
My
front,
kid
in
ain't winning.
front. It's
Well,
not
our
about
children,
your
right?
kids. It's
Yeah,
not
our
about your
children.
personal kids. It's not about
Yeah.
your personal kids.
Hold on. Let
Well,
him.
He
all
sold
black
Let him.
our.
kids is my
He
kids.
dressed
Put it
our
like
Hold
that.
on,
children.
big dog.
Well,
Let
let's
He
let him
dressed.
finish.
Anthony telling
He
this right,
dressed
man. Anthony telling it
he
right.
dressed our children in slave clothes for over
Mm-hmm.
10 years and got
Mm-hmm.
wealthy off of it. And when I say he
Bruh,
got wealthy off of it, he got wealthy off of it.
that
Not
was a
He ain't
only
lot.
rich
that,
no more.
not
He
oh,
wealthy.
not only that, you never heard this man come to the back or come to the plate for anybody who looked like him. Ever.
Mm.
Ever.
Nope.
Not one.
It's true.
You
He ain't
telling it
Ever.
like
lying.
it's right. You telling
He
the
ain't
right
Listen,
lying.
story,
bro.
dog.
So
That's right.
when it comes to that cat right there, I don't
Shit.
care who march him in front of who. I don't care what they do to him. I'm not going to bat for nothing that has nothing to do with Kanye West. Period.
Anthony.
I feel you,
Right,
man.
Cap
Listen,
Wilson. I'm with
I
you,
was one of the
brother.
most hardcore Kanye West supporters, and it was only because he was a black man. Because I give black men the benefit of the doubt. Like even when I criticized LeBron, right? It was only for one thing, and then I stopped there. I didn't like just like keep like jumping on him. Like I don't like criticizing black men. So I was trying to stop some of the criticism of Kanye because I knew what was going to happen. They was going to use Kanye to go after somebody else, and whoever they go after them, they're going to use them to go after somebody else. It was just going to continue. I was trying to at least show some support for him, but then over time, it's like, bruh, I can't keep saving you, bro.
It's
At
too
some
much
point,
shit.
it's at some point
Yep.
you can't save you can't save
Hey, you
somebody
gotta
who
walk
don't
that
want to
bridge
save
by
themselves,
yourself.
man.
Hey Cap, I got a theory, man. Right? One,
Yeah,
the enemy can be inside your house, right? He can be in your living
yeah,
room, sitting on your couch, right? So it
Top the
don't have to
right.
come
lights.
from the
Top the
outside.
lights.
And he's the enemy, and he's sitting on our couch right now. But what if
Yeah.
we did this from the start? If we had built the platform underneath his ass, right? All of us, all us black folks, have built the platform underneath him and said, you know what? We gonna follow you. Then when he did this, the shit that he doing right now, we could have stepped aside, let the platform fall, and let him crash to the ground. I mean, just splat all over the place. Then he ain't got no backing from nobody. You either with us
Right.
or you against us, dog. It's not no in between. You here or you with them. So stay with them.
Right.
Stay with them.
You know,
They want you.
you
Stay
know
with
what that
their
brother
ass.
did. You know what that brother did. This is exactly what that brother did. Follow me now.
I have
Between
been.
him and Trump, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know too many people that are better marketing geniuses.
You're right.
I don't know too many
Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
yeah. He's good at marketing now. I'll give him that.
They sell
Yep.
themselves as a brand.
Just like Nike, just like a lot of other companies in the last 5 years have made economic decisions to either go with or go against something.
Yeah.
They lines have been drawn in the last 5 years. Nike, uh, Timberland. There's a couple of different big brands.
Dick's Sporting
Everybody,
Goods. They threw their
everybody.
nine in the sand. Yeah. Dick's Sporting Goods threw their nine in
I'm
the
putting
sand.
this science. I'm putting this science down.
Yeah.
Everybody made economic decisions.
Yeah.
Before Kanye stuck his foot in his mouth, he made an economic decision. He seen enough. He saw enough lawyers. He saw enough young doctors. He saw enough white professionals wearing his kick slides, his shoes, and some of his stuff that he felt like he could cut off his base. He could say whatever he wanted to because he was making enough professional money now that the people that got him where he at, he could do away with. You make
I'm not
economic
black. I'm not
decisions.
white. I'm just OJ.
Have you
He
ever
made
seen
an
it?
economic decision before he made an economic crash.
You seen them? You seen them shoes,
You
right? Have you
absolutely
ever
on
seen a
point though.
white child?
I think you gotta. I was saying,
Have you
I
ever
think
seen a what? Oh,
you
go ahead.
got a great point though. He thought that
Mhm.
he was more appealing to the higher side, and I think that also plays into him like freaking out because he thought that he was
Yeah.
invited to the billionaires club, and then he found out that no, we're under the system of white supremacy, and so long as we're under that, you're not invited.
Hey man, have you ever
Just
seen a
like
white
a
Yep.
child wearing a
slave.
pair
Like a
of those
slave, a
Kanye
chapter
shoes?
one
Get
slave.
your ass
Even
up
one.
out of here. Get your
He's
ass
a
up out of
fool.
here.
You ever
What?
seen a white child wearing a pair of them, right? Our black children are wearing $500 shoes made by him and spending their hard-earned money, and their parents that's grinding it the fuck out every day are buying these shoes, right? And he don't give a shit, right? Ain't no there's no like he's got the most expensive shoes. It's better Nikes out there, it's better Adidas out there, but our kids are buying the Yay shoes, right? And not one white child in my white neighborhood that I live in is wearing not
Shit.
one pair of them ugly ass
Shit.
shoes. I ain't seen not
Shit.
one.
Shit
In
me.
this neighborhood, I ain't seen it.
Shit me.
Hey
Shit
man,
me. I
I'm here
guarantee
with
you.
them.
No,
Keith.
in
Keith.
college,
I guarantee you.
colleges love Yeezy.
Say again.
I guarantee you. There are some white kids in your neighborhood that's in high school right now that's got just about every pair of Yeezys.
Yeah,
Man,
in
I
I'm
don't
announcing
understand how
college,
at
you
every
can
in
wear them
game,
college,
things.
announcing at every
I'm
game, and
telling
I
you,
don't
Keith.
see none of them. I don't see none of them. And maybe it's a
in
speckle here and there,
colleges,
Go to the
but
rich neighborhoods, the middle class.
that's where I live
Go
at.
to the
That's where
schools
I
where
live at. I live. That's where I
no
live.
BLKs at.
Them kids ain't wearing them out there. They smart. Them
Oh,
kids are saying, you know what? Instead of that $500 pair of shoes, why don't you buy me this $100 pair of shoes, and you can put the rest of it so they can drive a Benz when they seniors in high school, because that's
where
what's
you at,
pulling up
Keith?
to the high school where I'm at. It's
Keith,
Mercedes
where you
Benz
at?
out there, dog. Huh?
Where you at, Keith?
I'm in Pickerington. It's a suburb outside of Columbus, Ohio, man. And
Oh, you in
dude,
Ohio.
at Pickerington Central High School, I don't see none of that shit. Them kids pulling up in them nice ass cars, wearing them buddy ass shoes. They don't give a fuck about that shit, man. They got
I'm in
Hellcats
Winston
sitting
Salem.
outside.
I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm
Uh-huh.
in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there is not a high school in Winston-Salem. There
especially
are
like
not
Fayetteville.
And it's all
numerous.
black, huh?
Yeah.
Numerous. No, it's
Yeah.
not all. Winston's not all black. No, not even
No.
close. It's a very mixed city. When
Yeah.
I and that may be
The
the
culture.
cause.
Yeah, that's it.
That
The
may be the
culture is
cause.
mixed like that.
There is
And this is different
there's
here.
not a high school kid in Winston Salem that doesn't have a closet full of Yeezys.
Yeah,
Not
that ain't
Especially
it.
here
nowhere.
too, man. Like Washington State. Over here you have the really. I want to use the word, but I can't use the word. Let's just say the white version of the Shinobi class. You have the white version of the yeah. You have those here. And I'm gonna tell you, they all wear Yeezys here, yo. It's bad. It's bad. Like, it's so bad because like they'll even walk up to you and then they will suddenly their whole
yeah, I know what you're
vernacular
talking
and
about.
the way they talk, it will
What it do,
change based on their
cuz?
clothing.
What it do, cuz?
Yeah, it's almost
I
like
don't-
Kirby. You ever seen Kirby? He'll like swallow something and then like he'll like become it and then he'll start talking different and everything else. It's just like that, man. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, man, I
It's
see it. I
crazy.
see it. And we got a few, but they're so few and far between. In these really truly affluent neighborhoods, man, those kids are few and far between. Because if you got money, man, you don't need to wear gold chains, and your ass don't need to wear Yeezy. These motherfuckers walking around in old ass Timberlands, and they jumping out of high rise trucks that's $75,000, man. And this motherfucker 17 to 19 years old, all over the place, man. But
Oh yeah.
you don't see no Yeezys on their feet.
But they got Yeezys on their feet down
Hey,
here.
AK
They got
Andrew
hey
907,
out
affirmative
here.
action or reparations. I want you to hop on so you can explain yourself. I want you
Oh,
to explain how affirmative action is
Yeah,
reparations.
please.
I want to hear this one, and I don't want to
Because
hear
they
the
feel
excuses either.
do you
I
need
want
to
the
they
kick
feel
me,
smoke.
like
I
bro,
want the
to
smoke.
hear this?
I mean I
Do you
could
need to
drop
kick me
too.
for him to come?
Oh no. I want to see if I can bring on five.
Okay,
Can
And
I?
see
okay.
what it is
Kathy
I
Murray,
think
please.
you
I
gotta
want to hear
change
it
the
too.
grid. You gotta change the grid. But what they
Okay,
think
cool.
is they think that rep free shit
Spicy mayo
uh
GA.
is
That's my people's right there.
solely attributed to black people. That's what they think. They think free shit is solely attributed to black people. When they don't realize that in the early 1900s, in the early
Woo! I
1900s,
know you're going.
your
I know
poor
you're
ass
going.
grandparents were given everything y'all had.
taken
They was
from
given
black
land.
people that was already promised. It was
They were
it's
given
AK Andrew,
land.
hold on, wait.
archived.
AK Andrew, you need to hop on, or else I'm gonna have to boot you from the chat. We don't allow keyboard warriors here. You made a claim, sir. I would love for you to come on and actually explain yourself. And that's not a
He's
negotiation,
not
sir.
gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. They cowards. We went to
I want to
school with
hear it.
these people, man.
I
We
want
went
to
to
hear
Hey,
what
school
he's
with
saying.
these
Andrew, I
people.
know you're 14 on there. So we know that you're spending money. So that means you have enough guests on there to come live. So put up with it or a split. Plain and
What, what
simple.
is what does
Yeah.
14 mean, Hope? What does that mean?
Meaning when he's charging, he's sending gifts. He's at the
Mm-hmm.
14th level. Means he'll get gifts and he'll be able to get on lives. And he'll be up there. He's able to communicate and see more things than everybody else. More other
Really?
people.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So my man
Interesting.
got some dope.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I was unaware.
They just started.
I don't even know how this stuff works.
Me neither. I'm old as hell, man. You know I'm old, brother.
Hey, we all old. I'm 52.
Old as hell. I'm 40. I'll be 46. I'll be 46 Sunday, y'all.
Yeah,
Okay. Happy
I'll
early
be
birthday,
49 on the
big fella.
12th.
Yeah, ain't gonna make me the old head in here. I'll kiss my ass.
You old. Don't try to deny it. Like you old. Like
That's
how we make you that.
hey, history. That's some people's history. That's some people's history.
Yeah.
Hey man, we
It's not
sit here,
everybody's
man, and we trying to solve the problems that came before us, right? And we're of a generation where we're tough, we're experienced, we've been through the adversity, right? We didn't experience
Yeah.
all the shit that happened in the 40s and 50s, but we came in the 70s when that shit was starting to die down. So we faced with the remnants of what remained, right? They still treated us the same way. They just had laws in place to where they shouldn't have treated us that way. So anybody we're the generation that's in between. We didn't have technology. We didn't have none of that. And we fought through all that bullshit. And we here now. And what we're trying to do is make the world better for the people that are coming behind us. And we got people in here that's making excuses and trying to tell us how not to do it. That's not going to work, man. If you have an opinion, bring your ass or close your mouth.
See, thank you.
Right,
That's
right.
what pisses
Thank
me
you.
off.
Thank you, King.
And see,
They
Keith,
will
what you
comment
just
1,000 times before they ever come live.
and what you just said, Keith, is the epitome of how I feel. We grew up with these people. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Our parents didn't go to school with these people. We're the generation, our parents were the first ones to integrate.
Yes.
We were the first ones they were the first ones to integrate.
Yep.
By the time we got to school, we're the first generation to go to school with them from kindergarten through the 12th grade.
Facts.
That's what we did.
What we're living through is the repercussions because we didn't know what was going to come when they got grown. What we're living through is the repercussions of a group of people that when they went home, their parents, their grandparents, their uncles and aunties told them how good life was before we had a voice.
Yep.
They had to then in turn go to school, spend if they went to a school that wasn't predominantly of them. If they had to go to a mixed school or any school that had about 35 to 40% of us, they had to go and compete. And competing is something they've never, ever had to do in their life. They've never had to compete. They started losing homecoming courts. They started losing team captains. They started losing the schools that were on top instantly started going to the bottom. So we're living through a generation of upset people because the promises that were made to them are not happening.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
They will promise this country, and they can't do with this country what they want to do with this country, and it scalds them to no end.
Hey guys, just a brief break. Hey, make sure everybody, make sure you guys follow these guys. Anthony 61915. Make sure you follow Keith Enoch. Follow I Am the Light of Hope and Black Dennis the Menace. Make sure you guys follow them. Please give them guys a follow.
Thank you.
Give these brothers support because this is actually amazing.
Tap the
Continue
likes.
though.
Tap
I want
the
to hear
likes.
more. This is fascinating though. I want to know. So do you think that these people, the generation that we're seeing now, they're having an almost jealous envy of something that never really existed?
Yep.
Man.
They thought they were superior, right? But
That's
now,
deep,
the
yo.
quarterback of the team that used to be the coach's son, his name is now Martinez and Jenkins, and they don't like that, right? They don't like that star quarterback's name is Jenkins now. They're not feeling that, man.
Yeah.
Look at every city in this. Look at every city in this country. And I know I live in Winston-Salem. It's a small little city. Well, it's probably about the 5th biggest city in North Carolina, but I know it's going on all over the country. Look at the new schools they put up just to get away from us.
Yes. No, he's right.
Look at all the new schools. Half the cities got schools, so we don't even need that many schools here.
Yeah.
But they don't want to compete no more. They don't want their kids to go through. They don't want their kids to go through what they went through.
Yeah. They don't want to deal with us. They don't want to have to deal with us, right?
Tap
But
the likes.
again, you know me. I don't believe that it's everywhere, and it's not all the time, right? I believe that there are places where that's not happening, right? That those events aren't taking place, but there are places, and when even if it's a small dot, it's like a cancer, right? So if you get this little tiny dot of cancer on your mother's arm, on your freaking arm, right? What you're gonna have to do is you go to the hospital and they irradiate it to make sure they get rid of that spot before it turns metastatic and spreads all around all over again. So if we don't stamp that shit out right now, then it's going to spread all over again, and we're dealing with the same thing we dealt with in 1968 and 1975. I'm not doing that no more, dog. I ain't playing that game.
That's why a reality TV star. Now, they'll skip over the fact that only washed out celebrities become reality TV stars. They'll skip over that whole part. That's why a reality TV star that has been caught lying, has been caught cheating, has been caught stealing, can actually be the greatest president in their lifetime because he told them exactly what I just said. But he said he was going to fix it.
He did.
But he said he was going to fix it.
Did you hear what DeSantis said, right? Did you hear what DeSantis said the other day? Right. So we know that Webster is now recognizing that the term woke has a new definition. It is to be aware of racist policies and tendencies and inequalities within a society. And once he said that woke comes here to die. Here, we will never experience woke. What he said was, we will never be anti-racist in Florida, and we will never be the people who take social issues into consideration here in Florida. This is where equality comes to die. Are you fucking serious?
I want to point out some comments here. So I want to give Spicy Mayo a little bit of love here. Trump made racism comfortable here.
That's my Spicy.
I ain't gonna lie. Granger A. Davis says they can't barbecue and eat us so easily anymore, so they keep looking for spaces we're not in. Spicy.
That's hot.
Whoa. I mean Granger A. Davis coming in hot. Coming in hot.
Hey, man, think about this right here, y'all. Think about this. And I'm going to drop down so I get back to work after I say this.
Go ahead. I love you, brother. Hey, by the way, you brought up a great point. That whole future envy for things that that is an amazing point. I never thought of that, man. That's an amazing point.
These people accepted treason from a white president and would not accept health care from a black one.
Dang.
Damn. Hey, man, I think
I don't
we
even
might
want
have
you
a
to
new
save my
hot
life.
take of the day. New hot take of the day, bro.
Boy, that's taking an L to a whole new level, man.
It is.
That's taking an L to a whole new level.
Come on.
You know, that's a great point, man. I'm gonna make sure you guys follow I Am the Light of Hope, Black Dennis the Menace, Keith Enoch, and Anthony. Make sure you guys follow them, man. Hey, listen, guys, I gotta run.
Man. I I love you,
was a
brother.
great conversation.
Boom.
Yo,
Hey,
ACAB, thanks, man.
Cap.
Thank you.
I
Hey,
appreciate
he
you,
gonna
hey,
take
Gab.
Whenever you
he'll
get
take
back
the
on,
live.
man, you stop sending
Absolutely,
me a
man.
live
Hey, listen, I
invites,
want to
man.
make this like a regular thing. I need a panel,
Yes.
man.
What
I need a
days,
Hey,
man?
panel,
ACAB,
man.
you
We need
got me
Come
an
blocked.
get me,
actual
bro.
mutual channel for this too, man. We
Come
need a
get me,
mutual
bro.
channel for
ACAB,
I'm
this.
come
starting
get
it up.
me.
Come get
I'm
me.
gonna go
ACAB, come
live
get me.
All right.
right after you are,
Okay.
Cap. I'm gonna go live. Hopefully, your viewers follow me. We're gonna
Yo,
continue to
Black.
talk about
Hey,
Hold on,
reparations.
Black
Good,
Dennis.
good,
Let,
good.
let
Yeah.
me
Make
follow
sure
right
you
quick
guys
before
follow
everybody
them,
leaves.
man. Make
Let
sure
me
you guys
follow
follow them.
everybody.
Hey, who is it? Hey, who is it? Cause I can't see.
Black Dennis is who's
It
going live.
who's going
Hey,
in?
Yeah,
text
Joe,
it
You
hold
know,
down.
on. Let me put my
I'm already
camera on so
following
you
you,
can
I
see
Q.
my
invite
face,
who?
bro.
Text
It's
it down
me.
there.
Cool.
I'm approved. Hey, I'm certified and approved from the streets all the way up, man. I've been everywhere up in the war zones. I've never been in the military, but I've been in the streets all my life.
You a
I've
good
been
boy.
in prison for 16 years.
Grit boy.
I
Oh
did my
That's
man.
what that
time,
is.
paid my price, and still paying, even
Ain't
with my
nothing wrong
Hey,
own
with that,
Keith.
children's
Grit boy.
blood.
Keith, follow me,
Yes,
Keith. You private.
I
I can't
did,
get a
man.
hold of you.
I've been
I'm gonna
following you
follow all
forever,
y'all,
man.
blood.
I,
And my whole fight, blood, I lost my cousin, cat daddy, Ronell Foster in Vallejo. He's from Vallejo. He grew up with me ever since I was a kid. When I got out of prison, I never got a chance to see him. The
I've been
police
behind. I've
unlived
been
him.
behind that. I've been.
No,
Yeah,
they
the
play.
listen, the police unlived him. They took him away from us 3 years, 4 years ago. And that tore my family apart. When that stuff hit home, blood, that hit home. After that, the George Floyd thing came. Me and my auntie, we out there protesting for my cousin, trying to sue these peoples. Man, that was a fight. I even got pushed by the police with a sniper gun pointed at me
Hey,
at a
dog.
protest.
Wow.
Go watch my video, bruh. Look me up on TV. Matter of fact, I show it to you. Sometimes you got to go ahead and point that shit back at they ass, man. We get it right. Hey,
Man, it's a
Cap, I
continuous
love you,
fight.
brother. I'm out, man.
Good, bro.
I'm going over to
Unliving
Be
Dennis,
brothers
safe.
man.
out there, man.
Peace.
Be safe,
Peace.
guys. Hey, I'm gonna roll out. Hey, horns up, peace out, good night, and good luck.
Hey, Arcab, I'm gonna start reporting to you through our messages.
Got you, man.
Salute,
Send
King.
me a message. All right, man.
Salute.
Peace. Salute.